Ilya nestled in his mother's arms, sleeping soundly and carefree. But the scene cut to his mother lying lifeless in bed the next moment. Even in his sleep, Ilya was consumed by sorrow, 2 tears welling up and sliding from his lashes to his cheeks. Trapped in a nightmare, he wasn't jolted awake until Olga's angry shout. Ilya groggily woke up, eager to tell the girl about his dream. But Olga stormed off in anger before he could speak. He hurried after her, but Olga skidded to a halt, spinning around to demand, "What would you do if I got sick and died?" Panic seized Ilya. He hadn't spared a thought for death since his mother passed when he was 5. Reacting on childlike instinct, he petulantly snapped, "I'd shoot myself so you'd get better." Seeing the infantile innocence in his eyes, Olga realized he had no clue why she was angry, or why she'd asked the question. Olga decided to lay her feelings bare. But Ilya understood love even less than he did death. Clueless how to handle her confession, he fled like a coward. Watching him disappear, Olga felt heartbroken yet drawn to his childlike simplicity. Wandering the forest aimlessly, he stumbled on a moving caravan. It was the Baron, an aunt's guest.
С Богом. А где Ольга? Барон сделал Ольге предложение. Она ему решительно отказала. Катя!
Он ей предложил?
Fury hit Ilya. How dare that lecher propose to Olga? He chased the carriage like a madman, screaming for a duel. Predictably, he returned home cursing, rage blazing so hot he wanted to destroy the world. Poor Zahar bore the brunt again.
Что ж так волноваться, Илья Ильич? Не надо так волноваться. Ведь барону она отказала, да и бог с ним. Часами сказали, что она вас любит. Сама сказала, что любит. Ну вот.
Late to the realization, Ilya smiled at her forced confession, then recoiled at his mirror reflection, haggard, ugly, spineless. A girl like Olga deserved the best, and he wasn't it. Andrei was different, charming, sharp, a master of men and money. Ilya finally steeled himself and wrote her a letter that night, explaining they couldn't be together. Their love was blind, he said, fragile against reality. Soon she'd see he wasn't her dream man, and Andrei was. But Ilya was wrong. She and Andrei were just friends, he was the one she loved. But his insecurities had ruined it all. Foolishly, he thought sacrificing himself would make her happy. Olga wept after reading his breakup letter. She raged at his arrogance before storming off in tears. Now lucid, Ilya realized the letter was less about pain than his smug sense of sacrifice. He thought he could bear losing her, but now knew he couldn't. By fate, they met again at the pavilion. A storm erupted then, thunder crashing, lightning splitting the sky. Using the storm as an excuse, Olga pulled him close. His hesitation melted in her fiery embrace. After she left, Ilya sat in the pavilion all night, feeling a relief he'd never known, as if a weight had lifted. At dawn, sunlight filtered through the trees, casting shadows and golden flecks on leaves. Ilya woke in the beauty and walked toward her. They chatted through the window, unaware of the world, until her aunt called her away. Ilya finally headed home. Before bed, he told the servant to deliver a letter inviting her to the pavilion. She didn't show, citing guests. Hiding in the bushes, he watched the party and saw a different Olga, laughing, charming everyone, unstoppable. To his dismay, every man she talked to outshone him in looks, in wit, in poise. Insecurity crept back. Making up an illness, he declined her fireworks invitation, retreating into his shell like a turtle. The next day, Olga visited him. Thrilled, he thought she'd come for him only to learn Andrei was back from Europe, and she left quickly. The next morning, Andrei arrived at Ilya's villa. They hugged excitedly, pouring out 3 months of longing. Andrei also brought European gadgets and invited them to try them, but Ilya declined. Watching them lose themselves in fun, he suddenly knew he didn't belong, and never would. Ilya decided then and there, running to join their bike game. Soon after, he moved away, drifting from Andrei and Olga until they were strangers. A year after he left, Olga married Andrei. 7 years later, Ilya died of a stroke from poor habits. His loyal servant now a beggar and drunk. One day, while working, Andrei heard a sound and looked out. Through a daze, he saw a vast wilderness where a boy ran screaming for his mother.